Agni-veer or Agnipath scheme. ठीक है. Army issues notification for Agnipath scheme. This is the news. A lot of protest has been going on in the country, and that is why we have taken this very important topic. This is one of the most important topic for the day, Agnipath scheme. ठीक है. So registrations will be opened for these following vacancies. Agni-veer general duty. General duty is the person basically who is not assigned some specific technical skill. Most of the people in general duty are the ones who carry guns and who fight on the front lines. Agni-veer technical aviation, ammunition and examiner. Agni-veer clerk, storekeeper. फिर Agni-veer tradesman 10th pass. Agni-veer tradesman 8th pass as per ARO rally schedule. Now there has been a lot of criticism for the scheme. Okay? So that is why we are going to explore this scheme in details, observing both its pros and cons. So why bring Agni-veer scheme? Okay? Let's look at the ballooning salary and pension budget as a share of defense. Okay? So now if we look at pensions percentage of defense expenditure. So currently in 2021-22, 25% of the defense budget goes to pensions and salaries. Oh sorry, pensions, only pensions. Okay. It has been said that India is second largest army in the terms of personnel. That means India has second largest army in the terms of people that are employed in the army. Okay. And more importantly, a major part of defense budget goes to providing salaries and pensions to these people who are employed. Okay. If we look at the capital outlay as percentage of defense expenditure, so capital outlay means anything that increases the capital. Capital means the ammunition, the firepower, okay, and all these. कैपिटल के अलावा क्या होगा? पर्सनल होंगे, लोग, राइट? तो कैपिटल आउटले as a percentage of total defense expenditure is only 28%. It is around 28%. The standard should be that capital outlay should be at around 55 to 60% of the total budget. That means, but current capital outlay is around 28% of the total budget. That means majority of the money that we are spending as a part of our defense expenditure, it goes to providing salaries and pension to people and not to procuring more arms, procuring technology, procuring more advanced ammunition. Okay, that means capital expansion या procurement of army or defense services is not being done as it should be, as it should have been done. ठीक है, because a major portion of our defense budget goes to provision of salaries and pensions. Okay, I hope you understood this. Second is need for modernization. If we look at this point, currently army has 68% of its equipment in the vintage condition. Vintage matlab too old, right? Like MiG is a vintage fighter jet, right? Rafale is a modern fighter jet, and 24% in the current category, okay, and only 8% in the state of art facility. State of art category में खाली 8% है, 24% में current 24% current category में है, and around 70% of arms, ammunition and all these things that Indian defense personnel possess belongs to what? Vintage category. That means the 15th Finance Commission also recommended that there is a very strong need for modernization of army, for modernization of defense services, because the current armies are low human footprint, high technology savvy armies. Okay, so if we have to go in a frontal combat with any of the countries, it is very important if we want to win such a war. After the Kargil war also, modernization of army and procurement of and after the Kargil war also, the committee headed for modernization of army, they recommended And the 15th Finance Commission also recommended an allocation of 1.5 lakh crore to the fund over a period of 2021 to 2026. Okay, for the period of 5 years. That means our army or our defense personnel need to be updated, modernized, okay, to counter the challenges of the modern warfare. Okay, if we look at the expenditure of modernization of army, ठीक है, तो 2011 से 2021-22 तक expenditure has increased, but the increase in expenditure has not been very much. Okay, so now there, as we know, DPP, Defense Procurement Protocol, is also there in place, which calls for indigenization of defense technology also. But more importantly, it is very important. More importantly, it is very necessary that we remove this 68%, the 68% of the equipment that is in vintage category, and we modernize it. Okay. The third important point is that everyone is talking about is the average age of army personnel. The average age of army personnel is 32 years, whereas in USA it is 27 years. Okay. So the average age of defense personnel is expected to come down from 32 to 26 in next 5 to 10 years. Okay. And a more youthful profile, will be easier to train in new technology, and they will be more physical, the physical fitness that the job demands, they will be able to fulfill it. So these are the three main reasons that can be put forward for the rationale behind this whole scheme. Now let's look at the terms of service for Agni-veers. So very important point to note here is कि Agni-veer, this scheme of recruitment is not in parallel to the existing form of recruitment. Okay, this scheme of recruitment is not in parallel to the existing form of recruitment. ठीक है? If we look at the recruitment of army, okay, so basically two kind of recruitments happen in army. The first was permanent service commission, and the second one is short service commission. This is around 10 years, which in some cases gets extended to 14 years. ठीक है? The permanent service commission is up to the superannuity. Okay, superannuity. Basically, the officer entry is in permanent service commission, although SSC also has officer entry. Officer entry is also through short service commission. Okay. Now what government is doing is they are not bringing about a parallel entry scheme. Okay. First of all, this one important point is to be noted is Agni-veer's scheme is for only recruitment of constabulary, or you can say soldiers. Okay, soldiers and not officers. ठीक है? Officers are recruited through NDA in army, है ना? NDA and OTA, National Defense Academy, Khadagwasla, and OTA Chennai, OTA Gaya, and all these academies. ठीक है? So these are the exams conducted by UPSC, CDS and NDA, है ना? NDA plus CDS. So the officer entry remains the very same. But the soldier entry, ठीक है? Soldier entry, which happens through rallies, and all these recruitment rallies happen everywhere. 10th pass and 8th pass and 12th pass, different people based on the different level of graduate education take part in these rallies. Okay. So the Agni-veer scheme is especially and only for soldiers entry, and this is not in parallel to the existing scheme where rallies are held. Now this will be the only available scheme for recruitment. Only scheme available for recruitment into the Indian Army or Indian Defence Services. Now Agni-veers will be enrolled for a period of 4 years. Okay. All the Agni-veers will be enrolled for a period of 4 years. And after the period of 4 years, all the Agni-veers will be let go, and 20, all these Agni-veers who are relieved of the duty, they will be allowed to apply again okay, in the defense, and 25% of these people who have been enrolled as Agni-veers, they will be taken back into the services. Matlab 75% of the people will be going back into the society and 25% of the people will be retained in the defense. Okay, and okay, and when these Agniveers are within the army, they will have to follow the natural or the normal rules, that is Army Act or Defense Act or Air Force Act or Navy Act, whichever stream or whichever defense they get into. Okay, now let's look at the terminal benefits for Agniveers. Every Agniveer will contribute 30%. Okay, let's look at the services. ठीक है, ये इनका पैकेज होगा. So this will be higher than what they get right now. ठीक है, so what they will get is, for first year, customized package per month is rupees 30,000, out of which 70% will be in hand and 30% they will be contributing to the Agni-veer fund. Agni-veer corpus fund एक government बनाएगी. 30% they will be contributed 9,000 per month, and 9,000 will be contributed by the government itself. मतलब equal contribution will be done by the government and the Jawan or the soldier in the Agni-veer corpus fund for every month. ठीक है. Second year में this will be increased to 33,000, third year में 36,500, and fourth year में the salary will be increased to 40,000 per month. ठीक है. तो total contribution in Agni-veer corpus fund will be 5 lakh by the Jawan himself and 5 lakh by the government. So around 10 to 11 lakh they will give, 10.04 lakh as Seva Nidhi package. When they retire, they will be getting this Seva Nidhi package in the form of 10.4 lakh rupees. Okay. And of course, this salary is excluded out of that. Okay. Now, more importantly, no gratuity or pension. Pension benefits or gratuity. Gratuity means when a person completes the superannuation of the job, they get gratuity fund. Okay. So that will not be applicable to these Agniveers. Pension will also not be provided. But of course, a Seva Nidhi package of 10.04 lakh. In case of death, the payout will be rupees 1 crore. In case of death, payout will be rupees 1 crore. Rupees 1 crore will be given to the next of the kin. Okay, including pay for the unserved tenure. An insurance of rupees 48 lakh rupees will be provided during the service. If the Jawan dies on duty, an insurance of rupees 48 lakh rupees will be provided. After the 4-year period, the Agniveers will be, when the Agniveers go back into the society, they will get 40 Agniveer skill certificate depending upon their degrees or education, or a very comprehensive analysis of what kind of skills they have gained in the army. They will be given an Agniveer skill certificate. And in case of Agniveers exiting before their end of engagement period, like 4 years, in special, very special cases, so they will be, the Seva Nidhi package will be compromised. If in case, on very special request, in some very special case, they opt out of this 4-year contract. Okay, so in that case, only 5.02 lakh rupees will be given and not the government contribution. The government contribution in the Seva Nidhi package will be given only if the Agniveer completes the 4-year tenure. Okay. Okay. So I hope you understood this. Each Agniveer, now on release, one-time Seva Nidhi, okay, it will comprise of Agniveer contribution, interest thereon. Okay, and this 10.04 lakh that we are talking about, that will be the contribution, right? And an interest rate will also be provided by the government on that, which will make this 10.04 lakh to around 11.71 lakh at the end of this whole 4-year tenure, and it will be tax free. What will be benefit? When they come out of this 4-year tour of duty, okay, so they will be able to employ themselves in various institutions. Like many state governments have now released notifications, you will be taking them. Even CAPF has released, Central Armed Police Forces has released a notification that they will be absorbing 10% of like these 70% people who have been 75% people who have been put out of this Agni-veer scheme. Okay, and they can take loan up to rupees 18 lakh against this corpus fund that they get. Okay, and many states have also released many notifications that they will be absorbed in the police forces of those states, and many states have come up with a lot of employment benefits as well. Let's talk about the concerns. The cost of training that one soldier in, in that that is incurred on a soldier is around 30 to 40 lakh rupees. Okay, and it is about 1 year training. Now that training, the time period of that training period will be shortened, and moreover, what happened was ki 40-50 lakh rupees was expended on one soldier, and he was taken in duty for the whole period of at least 15-14 years. Okay, so the spread of that training cost was justifiable. Now such a high cost of training, and then also the people who are in army will be serving only 4 years. That means the training cost will not be properly recovered. Okay, and post job uncertainty with lack of skills because the people who will be joining Agni-veer scheme, they will be in their very like the college years or such years. They join army because of the stability of the job. That stability will be gone from their life. Of course they will be receiving these Agni-veer skill certificates and all, but that more needs to be done for the rehabilitation of these soldiers when they come out of army. Okay, no post job pension benefits and post job rehabilitation issues. Okay, so I hope you understood this Agni-veer scheme. If you have any concerns about, any questions about all of or any of these topics, kindly reach me out. I'll be more than happy to answer all of them. Thank you. That is all for the day.